and we can, this really should just be a quick 15-minute what we're going to do next kind of meeting.
Sure.
So, and I'll get started. What I've done, and I'll share with you guys, what I've done was set up, I apologize, I'm exhausted, so I'm going to blank a lot. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
What I've done was set up a storyboard, not a storyboard, I'm sorry, a Scrum board for the project. And I looked at several different like issue tracking software to kind of keep us organized. And I tried out this and U-Track, and we kind of settled on this one because of the offering. It's better organized, and also it's free for one project, unlimited number of developers, whereas U-Track is free for, I think, 5 projects, but only up to a team of 10 people. So
I think iceScrum is probably a way to go, I think, because you are the one that's most familiar with that.
Okay.
So
what I did right here was just map out my activity of selecting a Scrum board, evaluating software, choosing a software, creating the Scrum team, which I will need you guys' email address. If you could either DM me with that information so that I can invite you to the Scrum board, that would be great. Brennan, you still didn't get your invite?
Let me see.
I swear I thought okay, full disclosure, I did this at 5 a.m. in the morning. I swear I thought I added you to the team. But
is this for iceScrum or is this for U-Track?
This is for iceScrum. See, I thought I added you to the team.
Maybe you did. I can't see it.
Okay, no, it doesn't show you anymore.
Okay.
Okay, so first I want to rename the team. I named it wrong. And then let's, I'm sorry. Can you DM me your email address on Slack? Yes, no.
Doing it now.
Do you realize that private direct message while you have your screen share up is kind of self-defeating?
I don't say anything private that I wouldn't say to somebody else, so.
I just threw my email address in the chat for that reason. It was quicker.
Okay. The chat of what? Oh, here.
Here.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
All right. Let's see if Scott gets the invite. I thought it's really straightforward. Just add the person's email address and then send an invite. And then update. And I swear I did this at 5 o'clock in the morning, but.
Hey, Shellee, I just sent you mine.
Okay. Scott, can you check your email to see if you got an invite? So the next step for me will be, we have what we think is the MVP, but I really do want to capture all the great ideas we had into epics. And I can show you what I mean by that. I had them on the other Scrum board that I was demoing, so we could I'll show you what I mean by that. Let me get this done. You guys be checking your email. That's what happened. I didn't actually add you. I did this.
Yeah, I just got it.
Okay, that's what happened last night. I added your name there and I pushed update. I didn't push send invite. Okay.
Oh.
There.
Okay.
That's probably what happened. All right, so anyone else? It's just the 5 of us right now? I thought there was one other person.
Yeah, Troy. I'm not sure if the.
Okay.
Let me.
Okay, we can. I'm gonna add you also as a Scrum Master. That way you can manage the groups. I'll add everybody as a Scrum Master. I really don't care. Anybody who wants to contribute, that's fine. Okay. So let me go to the U-Track software so I can show you track. Okay, show you that board there. It's the one I thought that, you know, I guess I was impressed with how quickly you picked this software up and started using it last night. Like I saw the comments from.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the comments. So I was like, well, wait a minute. This one might be the right software because I didn't have to explain it, you know, and that's really what I was looking for. That's really what I was looking for, you know. The fact that I didn't have to explain it to anyone, it was just that intuitive. That and it's a JetBrains product, and I was hoping for some integration between this and the Android Studio, but let's see. As you can tell, the interface is not as nice as the other one.
Right. So are we using iceScrum or are we using?
We're using iceScrum. We're using iceScrum. I'm just trying to get to the information. I was literally trying both of them out and doing different things in both of them. What I'm looking for in this one is the list that I had.
Oh, and then you're going to transfer it over?
I'm going to transfer them over. Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I did that part. I did that. Okay. So here's the list.
Okay, and Shellee, I got the invite. It gave me a link to go register. I registered, and now I see nothing that tells me about a project that we're working on.
Yeah, me as well.
You don't see the project?
Nope.
Okay. That might be a barrier. Let's see. So let me make sure you guys are assigned to the project. I have the group, my teams. How do I assign the, settings?
It's kind of silly for you to
I just changed the team name. So, okay. Manage this team. No, it's all of you guys are here.
So where?
I'm not even seeing the same screen you are. I'm seeing like.
I'm wondering
Okay,
if we
so-
need to log in again, Aaron, because
So it's kind of weird. When you first go to iceScrum and you log in, it shows you nothing, right? You see that,
log in again, Aaron.
right? You see that? Are you guys at least seeing this screen?
No, I'm seeing like a dashboard style screen. Should I share?
Yeah,
Yes,
because if you
please.
go to my projects, then you'll see something like this, right?
Let me see my projects. Let me try. My projects. Wait.
But you don't have any tasks.
I just see public projects, like a list of.
Yeah,
public
you have to
projects.
log in. Look at the top right.
Oh, I'm not logged in over here. Okay.
Yeah, I just had the same problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, our student have the invite for some reason.
I can try it again, but it has you on the team list. So
This
let's. Yeah, it doesn't.
Did we lose
Did you look in your spam folder?
Yeah, I looked in everywhere.
I just pasted your name in there. It said I'm not your name, but your email. I just pasted it in there from where you gave it to me. Over.
Right, let me double check that real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, you gave it to me here on Outlook, right? The Outlook.com. This one?
Yeah.
Outlook.com?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. I can delete it and send it to you again.
Please.
Okay. Okay, so for the rest of you guys, update. Okay. So for the rest of you guys, you at least now see the screen that tells you project shortcut, my task, and then this screen right here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go to this icon.
Oh, got it.
Okay. if you go to this icon over on the upper left and then click on the 4LLS, and I will change the project name because that's not the actual name, then you will see the burn down or burn up chart. Don't just ignore those burn up charts. We're not going to use those. But if you look at the task board, then you'll see the task, right?
Okay,
So, yeah. So, over here, the next task, I think, is to identify all the application features. And we have the 4. Well, I have 4 of them captured based upon what we said were the MPV. I'm just going to put these here. Those will become, oh, wow. Okay, that's not what the application features are. Hold on, let me go back here. Here we go. And I'll end up deleting this one. Those will become epics. Those will become epics. And then we'll need to break those down. And what I mean by that, and we can do that at any time you guys want it, sooner the better, is we have a story that says, I would like an option to donate blood to a campaign. Well, what exactly does that mean? That means you have a button on the screen. Does it send you to a map? Is there a limit or a select group of blood donation centers? Are we using the location service to locate these centers? What exactly does the donate blood to a campaign feature entail? So that's what I mean by that being an epic. And each one of those little features that I just mentioned, those are not the real features. Those are just me brainstorming. Those will be stories. And each one of those stories are what we'll each attack. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we just need now is to set up a time, and it doesn't have to be this 15-minute time block, but anytime anybody has over the weekend, anyone wants to take on the task of breaking down an epic into stories, I can help you with it. Just let me know when you're available to do it, and we can get on here and do it together. It doesn't have to be the whole group, but I do recommend that at least 2 people get paired together and try and break an epic down into stories.
Right. Yeah.
Generally, in the real world, the entire team does it, and you do it for a whole day.
Yeah. So where does the mock-up comes in at this point?
So the question, well, I'm not a big fan of mock-ups, only because I think the time you take to mock-up, you can actually mock it in the application. But if you guys want to do a mock-up, we have to know what we're mocking first, right?
Right. So where does that part come in?
It would be
after you have all the stories.
Story after, yeah. It would be a story after after we at least understand what the breakdown is. For example, if you want a button on the screen, we have to identify that first. You want a button on the screen. And then you take that story and do a mock-up based upon what that button does, right?
So you would code, hold on. So you would code that functionality?
No. Well, I would just go for it. Somebody told me they want a button on the screen. I'd code the button on the screen. I wouldn't mock it up. But that would be just me, because I'm a full stack developer. So I use the development tool as a mocking feature. Some people at some places, they have UI or UX designers that don't code, and all they do is mock screens, right? Mm-hmm. In that case, they wouldn't necessarily use the IDE's functionality to create the screen. They would use a mocking tool. I don't, because I'm a full stack developer.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. So do we want to use the UI that's only used in the Android application, or do we want to have something that is designed in, say, for example, SketchApp or something, or Photoshop or whatever?
Well, either way, you're going to have to implement it.
Yeah, you're going to have to implement it.
You can't just take the picture and put it in, in Android.
Right.
I think for beginners, though, like at least I am, and I assume most of us are over here.
Yeah.
It would be easier with a mock-up because, it's hard to visualize.
Yes,
right.
Yeah. Well, that is exactly my point. It's very hard to visualize what we are coding. Unless we have something to
So
show.
here's what I did when I wanted to storyboard my application that my own personal application. Oh,
that's
maybe I can rotate it. Hold on. I just literally got a piece of graph paper and start drawing on it.
Right. That could definitely work.
And start drawing on it. That's all I did, right? But that's, again, because I was just, I wasn't an Android developer, so I didn't have a tool to actually draw the screen for me. So I drew it by hand. You could do something as simple as that, or if you are familiar with a mocking tool, you can absolutely use that as well.
Brandon, you have SketchApp?
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. So you have any what are they called again? Wireframing
I just downloaded just for because I had I was doing freelancing and he wanted me to do some UI work that was very light. So I don't know the full details on how to use it, but just, it's
okay. So
I've been doing Blender for over 10 years. I'm a lot faster with it than SketchUp. But the fact is, I mean, a couple of you guys have seen the Flutter thing in the hot reload. You can maneuver that UI around like crazy. It's not drag and drop, but if you want to make some changes, you just go bang, 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 reload it. And when you're done, you're done. Now, I need to talk to Simon about what he was talking about, Aaron. But he seemed to be of the opinion that we could pump out a finished product easier.
No, I spoke to him. I got it from him.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to just grab out the UI from Flutter and.
Right. It's more the other way around. You put the business logic in.
Yeah. So if, I don't know about for everyone else, maybe they've experienced more. I don't know, Brendan, if he's been doing Flutter, but.
Nope.
If you don't want to learn the whole language, I don't think it's worth doing it in there for the value of the hot.
So Brendan and I had a pretty long conversation about that earlier, and I think, guys, honestly, that we should settle on a framework that's the lowest common denominator, so that we have the greatest participation amongst everyone, right? Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, that is not Flutter because I have no experience with it. Yeah. Now, if we chose Flutter, then we have to add the ramp up time for understanding that framework.
We don't have that kind of time.
Right, exactly.
We still need to add that ramp up time, whereas all of us have spent the last month and a half with Android. So
let me show you something completely off the wall and different here. I think this could end up being perfect, though. Coming to my mind. I just realized something. You mind if I do a screen?
Oh, no. Go ahead. I was done. So what I'm looking for is for you guys someone to volunteer to take a story, to break Epic, to break it up, set a time, let me know when it is, and I will be available to help you break it down. And then we can start storyboarding it.
When you say breaking those epics down into those stories, are you talking about those 4 epics that we defined?
Yep. And it's up to you, Brendan, to put a priority towards those epics. We talked about that earlier, right?
Okay, sure.
To prioritize the epics. So I'll have the epics in iceScrum tonight. And you guys just grab them and let me know. And if you need help breaking it down, then I will.
Yeah, I'll look into that tonight, Shellee.
Okay.
I just had one question.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going through the epics that were discussed in the previous video. I could see that there could be possibly 2 accounts. One is the organizer and another one is the donor. So I believe that if we have 2 perspectives for the application, so there are going to be 2 different ways of viewing that application. That is from the organizer's view and from the donor's view, because obviously the donor and the organizer will be having the same screens.
And different UI, right? Different theme and different.
Well, different activity. Yeah.
So what are we thinking? Like to have one APK, but 2 accounts that will be having different activities for both of the organizer and the donor, or 2 separate APKs, wherein one would be completely focusing on the organizer and one completely on the donor.
So, I mean, I'd love to take you guys' take on it, but I don't think we have that many activities that would warrant building a separate app. I think we can manage which activities or which account you can access which activities, because we don't have that many, right?
Agreed.
It's not like it's like my app. There's like you can look at my app. I may maybe have 20 activities there. I don't really see this one as being that deep.
Yeah.
And even 20 activities is definitely, you know, possible for one app. It's not. It wouldn't be out of, you know, that wouldn't necessarily necessitate making a second app and having to deal with, you know, dealing with two apps in general and the back end of all that and hooking them up.
So when we create the user stories, we'll have to take these two things into consideration, right? Because there will be
right.
Yes.
And I was talking to Brennan about that, our MPV. So I think we need to refine what that MPV is, at least for the first, you know, iteration, because honestly, an MPV could just be a way for one campaign organizer, which is Brendan's friend, to facilitate his donors for donating blood and money, right? And then the next iteration would be adding the ability to have multiple organizers, and the next iteration would be adding the ability to have multiple campaigns. It all, I guess, from my perspective, is timing. What do you really need by, you know, before this particular campaign is over? You really need your one friend to be able to market his campaign, and then we work on the other features, right?
Yeah.
So while we do have an MPV that calls for a campaign organizer account and multiple campaigns, the reality is we just need this one guy to be able to manage one campaign for an MPV. That doesn't mean we stop there.
Yeah.
It means that's where we start, right?
Just basically testing the water at that point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because honestly, there'll be a lot more donor. You would hope that there are a lot more donor users than campaigners. So that would be like the real public face of the application. You kind of want to get that one right, you know?
Yes. Yeah. Totally agree. Yep.
And that's where all the money is coming from too, the donor part. So you kind of just want to nail that part, I think. That's just the part you want to nail, I think.
So, all right, so what we're playing with right here is an actual 3D mock-up. And I'm at the point now where I can just start moving things all over the place. And I mean, it's basically whatever you want to do in order to be able to see things in a mock-up. You know, if you want to see something all the way across the screen, fine. You know, we can mock up an app bar. We can mock up whatever else you want. You want a button over here, you know, here, there, whatever. Various buttons for various text. Can add the text.
But why would you need a 3D modeling tool
to do a mock-up?
Yeah.
It's a fast mock-up. If you want to say, okay, what would it look like this? We can find out within like 60 seconds.
Color issue.
So.
Sorry, I'll get this thing turned on eventually. Where the heck is the power button? Okay.
No, there is actually a more lightweight software. It's called
Pencil. Pencil is one I've used before.
Pencil. I use SketchApp, and SketchApp is really useful. I'll show you actually.
Yeah, Blender's got a massive learning curve, but once you know it, you can throw stuff like this together real fast. I mean, like I said, this is just tossed together in order to give us an idea in general. You could build something like this right down to the millimeter and then know what your dimensions are, but I don't think we're looking for anything anywhere near that.
Yeah, and we're doing pixels, pixel-based, so those are all millimeter usually, no?
No, you can do this in any unit you want.
Hmm.
You know.
Let me show you guys.
Have any of you, well, I'm probably the only person that's gotten as far as lesson, what is it, 12, 13? What's the last one?
I'm there.
Oh, you're there. Good.
No, I'm not in lesson 12, but I basically dropped out for like a few weeks to work on actually building stuff, so I think I'm up to 11.
Okay.
11, in middle of 11. That's background tasks?
No, nope. It's polishing the UI. That's the session I'm on right now.
Oh, so you're at the last one.
I'm on the last one. Yeah.
Right.
I'm on the last one, and I'm near the end of the last one. And I'm
Hold on. Can I just share my screen real quick?
yeah.
Go for it. Let me go here.
Okay. Share screen.
By
You
contrast,
misspelled your name again.
you misspelled my name.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
All right, can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the mock-up that I did for my freelance work, and I use a software called Sketch.
Okay.
I think Aaron, you're familiar with this, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, right.
Yeah. So this is like very easy.
So yeah, this is what I will say, guys. Don't get caught up in the tooling. Oh, I do have it there. There we go. I do have the features there. Okay. Because honestly, this is what I would have done. Oh, you can't see the way. I would have just drawn it out on my tablet.
Yeah. Whatever tool you use, everybody should use whatever tool is the best for them.
Yeah, whatever's gonna make honestly, whatever's gonna help you be productive with mocking, then I'll take it all, so long as it makes sense. I mean, so long as somebody can follow the flow of what you're doing, then
Yeah, I mean,
like I said, I did mine on graph paper
and
and
understand the concept. So
yeah. I did. So can you bring that screen back up,
Yeah.
Brendan, the one that showed the stories? Okay. So those are the epics that I have so far. The numbering has no significance. They're just the order in which I put them in.
now, where do I find this, Shellee?
In the, see where it says dashboard backlog features, it's under features.
So how do I actually start writing the story?
Okay.
So yeah, if you wanted to include a story for this epic, I'm waiting for you to move something that's on my screen. Sorry.
Hold on. Actually, let's just stop here. It's gonna expire in 10 minutes.
Okay, let's just stop here. You guys just
and then
send
we'll
me your
come back.
times. Let me know when you're available, and we can walk through, and I can show you guys how to do that. Once we have the stories broken down, we can start storyboarding, and then we
Okay,
start
sounds
recording.
good. Do we still want to come back and continue with the?
We can. If you guys are available, I'm available probably for another. What time is it?
9 o'clock.
Yeah, probably until 9:30. I have to sleep tonight. So.
Okay, let's just have another 10 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Let's come back together. I'm just gonna stop it right now.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.